Welcome to the live stream. If you're watching the replay, welcome. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. Today we're going to be focused on American style using National Mah Jongg League rules. Let me just check the health of the stream. We got a green light. Let's see. I'm going to test chat. Sometimes I can't chat. I don't know why. Ooh. Okay, we're going to start that over now. Hopefully you can hear me better. Welcome to the live stream. If you're joining in the replay, I hope you enjoy this session. We're going to be focused on American style using National Mah Jongg League rules. And we have a green light for stream health. I see we have one watching so far. Welcome to the live stream. I don't know why, but I can't chat. If you will, type something in chat. Let me know if it's working okay for you. Let's see. Okay, anytime I look to the left, it's because I'm checking out chat and the status of the live stream on YouTube. Oh, there it goes. Okay, testing chat. Okay. Good, we're good. Now, we just have to wait. I'm going to decline this offer at the moment. We'll wait till we have some people joining the stream before we start playing. What style do you play? I see that you're watching the stream, but what style do you like to play? Type it in the live stream chat. It'll be at the bottom. On the right, you should be able to click chat depending on what device you're on. And that way you can tell me what style you like to play. Okay, it looks like the notification for the live stream being live just went through. So hopefully we'll have more viewers joining us. Welcome to the live stream. Who's joining us on this session? I see we have two right now. Graham, hi. I didn't know you were interested in American style Mah Jongg. You may have mentioned that, but I have a horrible memory. You will find out if you continue watching my videos. I have a great memory for certain things, but for some reason, some things just get filed way back there. So tonight's going to be focused on American style Mah Jongg, which is quite different than Asian versions. We use the same tiles for the most part, but the main difference is we play with the flowers in the hand. They are not bonus tiles, they are part of the hand. And then the other primary difference is we have 8 jokers. So no other styles use jokers unless it's like a house rule. I've played Hong Kong Mah Jongg with jokers before, like 2. But it's frowned upon, especially by purists, people who like the purest form of the game. Oh, okay. So you are interested in this. Very good. Well, you will learn a lot tonight because I'm going to talk a little bit about strategy, and I'm going to be comparing 2 different strategies that I like to teach. No worries, Marcia. You can be late. It's just fine. I'm hoping that we'll go for an hour or an hour and a half tonight. So we'll see if we get some players. And I'm going to be welcoming players. I'm going to try to set up a private table again. So don't worry about it, Marcia. Come back when you're ready. Hi, Wendy. Welcome to the live stream. We're going to be focused on American style Mah Jongg tonight. And I want to do a comparison of some strategy ideas. I usually share there's really 3 or 4 different strategies that I'm aware of. I really don't hear people talking about strategies, with a name per se. I've gone ahead and put labels on a few, so I'm going to talk about those today. Hi, Martina. Welcome from Tampa. You're not too awful far from me. It takes me about 8 hours to get to Orlando. We like to go there at least once a year. I absolutely love Florida. If I could, I would probably like to live in the Panhandle somewhere. It'd be much closer to the beach than I've ever been. I just love the beach. If I were independently wealthy, I would love to have a little bungalow right on the beach. I think that would be amazing. Although, I am a little nervous about hurricane season. I've seen some really devastating footage with hurricane season through Florida. So that's the only thing that concerns me about living on the coast there. Columbia, South Carolina. Beautiful, beautiful. I've been to South Carolina. Let me see, where was I? I was in South Carolina. Where was I? Sorry, my mind is, I have a little tiny headache, so my brain is not functioning correctly at the moment. Let me see, South Carolina. We went to, is that where Myrtle Beach? Is Myrtle Beach in South Carolina? I think it is. Oh, okay. So Graham has a friend in the Panhandle. When I was a little girl, I actually stayed in Florida, I think in the Panhandle, when my dad was in SOS in the Air Force. That stands for Squadron Officer School. So I was quite young, but we lived in a trailer for 3 months while he was, at least this is what I remember, and this is while he was in training for SOS. And I remember we lived by Lake Pippin, and I have tried to Google it and I cannot find it. I don't know if the name changed, but I remember being on Lake Pippin and swimming out there, and I remember being way out in the water on sandbars, and we didn't even think about sharks. And this was in the Gulf, so I don't know how dangerous that might have been, but I just remember loving it. It was so pretty, and I just love the beach. Any beach is a good beach. If it's rocky, sandy, cold, hot, I don't care. I just love being there. Hi, Susan. Welcome to the live stream. You're a learner. You're a Padawan learner in Tennessee. Oh, that's not too far from me. I'm in the Atlanta area. I'm 2 hours north of Atlanta. So we're somewhat neighbors. Oh, we have 28 watching. Everybody, welcome to the live stream. We're going to be focused on American style Mah Jongg using National Mah Jongg League rules. So I don't know what the ratio is of beginners to intermediate and advanced that we have, but I want to do a little bit of comparison on a couple strategies. Maybe even three different strategies. I think I need to update my little notes. So after each hand that I play, I'm going to take notes on my iPhone. So when I look down, it's because I'm taking notes on my iPhone because I want to track the results. Lake Pippin. No wonder, Graham. No wonder I couldn't find it. It was renamed Mid-Bay Shores. How in the world did you find that? Because I have looked for Lake Pippin. Is that actually near the coast or is that inland? I'll have to look that up more because I have some really great memories there, except one. I tried oysters on the half shell for the first time and I did not like it. I did not like it at all. I remember the texture. Hi Josephine, welcome to the live stream. Oh my gosh, okay, I must have Googled it wrong, Graham. Thank you for doing that though. I'm going to go back through and research it because I just remember being there. Okay, so I'm going to update my notes here because I want to do a comparison of 3 different strategies. So let's see, we have 26. When we hit 30, I'm going to share about these different strategies. Does anybody have any questions about American style Mah Jongg? Because that is what we're going to be focused on. Yeah, Josephine, I do not like oysters. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on how they're prepared, really. But boy, my first experience at Lake Pippin, Florida, not so good. My dad, oh, he loved them, but oh. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about American style Mah Jongg? I'm updating my notes so that when I play, I'll be able to quickly identify along the way how these strategies compare. Okay, Eric. Hi, Eric. How much do the strategies vary between the different versions significantly when it comes to American style? American style is a different animal altogether. American style is using the same tiles, but we play with the flowers in hand. They're part of the hand, and also we use 8 jokers. Because there are fewer combinations to play, there's less flexibility in that regard. There are about 55 hands on the card each year, and because we're all vying for the same tiles to make those few compared to Asian versions, those few combinations, we need jokers in order to really have a chance. You don't need jokers. There's a whole section on the card that are joker free. So there's one section on the card that's called quints, which is 5 of a kind, so you absolutely have to have jokers. So in American style, jokers are a big part of the game. They're not required for, you know, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of the 10 categories of the card. In regards to strategy for American style is quite different than Asian versions. And this may be one reason why any player who goes from playing American style to playing Japanese style or Cantonese style, typically they focus on multiples because American style is based on multiples. Pairs, pungs, kongs, and quints. So in American style, because it's a game of multiples, if you build around multiples, typically you're much better off throughout the game than you are if you're just focused on whatever you have the most of. And I'm going to be talking a little more about that. So in Asian versions, certain number tiles are better to keep if you're playing like a chow hand. Also, winds and dragons bring extra score, so none of that applies to American style. So it is quite different, but it is just as challenging and just as fun to play. It is very different though. Okay, Josephine. Oh, you're on a losing streak. I feel your pain, and I'm telling you, I have applied a certain strategy whenever I'm on a losing streak that you may be interested in. Let me finish your chat here. Even pay for a joker or multiples has not been my week. Okay, so Josephine, I was on a losing streak, seriously, for about 2 months. It may have even been longer. It was, oh, I was so discouraged. I mean, this game is not all about winning. I really play for the fun of it and for the brain exercise, and also for the relationships when I'm in a live game. And now, because of streaming, I can build relationships with you all. But as far as being on a losing streak, it can get really discouraging, and I'm just being honest about that. I do find that I get discouraged if I lose again and again and again. So the last time I was on a losing streak, I focused on consecutive run hands until I broke that losing streak, and it worked. So play just whatever you play consecutive run. Pick 4 numbers around your multiples if you have them, and just play consecutive run until your losing streak is over. If you don't have multiples, use the most of whatever you have to collect 4 in a range and just build around those. But that, to me, really helped break that losing streak. And it actually helped me reset my mind from being discouraged. So give that a try and let me know how it goes for you. Do you have any questions about that? Losing streak, let me see. Losing streak, what should we call that? What is it? A strategy, I guess. Losing streak strategy. It's kind of a mouthful. But, okay, so we have 23 watching. We lost a couple. My notes are ready, so I think I'm going to go ahead and talk about what I want to focus on tonight. We'll be playing American Style Mah Jongg at Mah Jongg time. If you haven't joined Mah Jongg time, consider it. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy the platform. I think the interface is the most like a real game, and that's why I prefer it to any other. So give it a try. You can play for free at least twice a day. If you win, you could play more. They also have 2 paid subscriptions that you can join. Each one of those have benefits, and all that information is on their website, but I highly recommend it. It's my favorite. So we're going to be playing there. I'm going to create a couple, I'll create a private table so that we can invite viewers in to come and play. And okay, so yeah, we'll create a couple tables, and if y'all have a subscription, or if you want to play for free, come on in and I'll invite you to the table and we'll play together. So the only thing I ask is that you not use my live stream view into my hand against me. I think everybody plays, you know, ethically, so I'm not too worried about that. So what I want to focus on is a couple of strategies. Actually, I added one as I was sharing, but let's see here. Someone invited me to come and play, but I'm not ready to play yet. So let me just decline real quick. Okay. There, let's see. Okay, decline. That makes me feel a little bad, but that's okay. Anyway, so there are really several strategies, and as I was sharing a little while ago, if you're new to the stream, you might have missed that, but I want to talk about a few strategies. And everybody plays a little differently. Everybody sees things differently. Like if one person were looking at your drawn hand, they may see something completely different than what I might see. So the game is flexible enough that almost any combination is going to be viable. It's just a matter of your decision making along the way. So the game is divided into 2 phases. We have the Charleston, which is phase 1, and then we have the pick and discard phase, which is phase 2. 2 phases of the game. And they're really about half and half as far as timing. An American style game takes about 15 minutes a hand. So the first part of the game is about 7-8 minutes, and then the second half is about the same. So they typically last about 15 minutes. So the strategies in the Charleston phase of the game are a little different than the strategies in the pick and discard phase of the game. So when you first get your drawn hand and you look at what you have after you've arranged your tiles, you need to find a category to play. Some people pick an actual hand, but I do not recommend doing that. I think that paints you into a corner. It blocks out any other flexibility that you may need later in the game. I personally like to play by choosing categories, staying at the category level until you run out of discards. Then you either whittle down to the other categories into just one category, and then eventually when you run out of discards, you need to pick a hand. But to me, picking a hand comes much later in the game. So we'll talk more about that as the examples come up during the gameplay. But the strategies that I like to use are, number one, and these are in order of preference. Number one is what I call targeted onset, and that is building around multiples, whether that be pairs, pungs, kongs, quints if you have jokers. So targeted onset is really leveraging your multiples regardless of what else is in your hand. So I start with the multiple, and then I use whatever tiles remain to build around that multiple, or two multiples if you have them. So that's one strategy. Another strategy I call maximum usage, and that's where you use as many tiles as you can in your hand for any given category that you've picked based on the maximum number of tiles, regardless of how many or what multiples are in your hand. Sometimes the most of your tiles will not use whatever multiple you have. So that's what I call maximum usage. And then the third strategy is what I call playing favorites. And that's just where people tend to play certain categories again and again and again. Like maybe Winds and Dragons. I've heard that. And also consecutive run. I know somebody who I've recently developed a friendship with, and I will not name names, likes the year category. Everybody has their favorites, and sometimes that's what they see. When they get their drawn hand, they see their favorites. The challenge with playing favorites is you end up playing just one little part of the card. So I recommend not playing favorites unless you're on a losing streak. That's when you play favorites. So I want to play these games tonight, and I'm going to focus on these different strategies. I'm going to try to do 2 for each one and then compare results. Okay, so I have a couple questions. Susan, can beginners play on Mah Jongg Central? Okay, Mah Jongg Central, that's like my channel. I have a website called Mah Jongg Central. That's different than Mah Jongg Time. Mah Jongg Time is the online game. I don't have any the only association I have with Mah Jongg Time is I'm in what's called an affiliate, where if people sign up to play Mah Jongg Time through my affiliate link, I will get dragon coins to play with, just as a compensation for sharing about Mah Jongg Time. But that's the only affiliation that I have with Mah Jongg Time. I'm not a partner. I'm not, I don't have money into the game or anything like that. So Mah Jongg Central is my YouTube channel. And then we have another question. Wendy has a question about multiples. What do you do when you have 2 sets of multiples that don't go together? That's a really great question. I try really hard to make them go together, but if they don't, that's when I look at the remaining tiles. So I pull my multiples to the left, and I look at my remaining tiles, and I identify the most of them, and then I go with the multiple that uses the most of my tiles. The remaining multiple that's not used is set aside for joker bait later in the game. Sometimes during the Charleston, if you do well with the Charleston, you have to break up your joker bait. Joker bait, if you don't know, is when you hold pairs that you don't need, and then during the pick and discard phase of the game, if somebody puts out an exposure with a joker and you have the tile that goes with that, you can exchange that joker with your joker bait, your tiles that you don't need in the multiples, to get that joker. And hopefully there'll be an example when we play of how to actually use joker bait. So I hope that helps. Does anybody else have any questions before I go into a game? think it's probably about time. I'm going to go ahead and create a game for American Style. If you have an account at Mahjong Time, come and play. And don't be afraid to just come and check it out. It's free. Just come to mahjongtime.com, set up a user account, and then you'll come into the major rooms and you want to click on Fun Games, and then you want to click on National Mah Jongg League card, and then that's where you come into the room with all the different tables that you can join. So I'm going to see if I can create a table. I've used this name before. I don't know if it's going to let me do it, but let me try. So we'll make it for 500 dragon coins, and I will seat players. We'll do a quick mahjong with 8 seconds. So that's pretty reasonable even for beginners, I think. And we have a white belt with a green stripe as a minimum, and that's standard. Okay, let's see if it'll let me create this table. Yep. All right. So if anybody is online, type in chat your avatar name so I can invite you. Join the, if you're in Mahjong Time, join the table called Yellow Mountain, and that's me. So we'll wait to see if we get any strangers joining us, and then we'll wait and see if we have anybody who is in the live stream joining, and I will seat players. I'm going to go ahead and seat myself as East. We have Wendy. Wendy, I think that's you, right? Yep. Okay, so we have Wendy. You can be South. We have Josie. She'll be West. So we just need one more player. Now, I don't know if this Miss Travel something or other is part of the live stream, but I'm going to go ahead and seat this player at North, and we'll go ahead and get started. So here we go. We're going to look at the drawn hand, and I'll decide which strategy I'm going to use. So I'm going to sort my tiles here. Okay, we have 2 multiples, and they don't go together unless we do actually 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to go ahead and use targeted onset, and we're going to build around the multiples. We actually happen to have a really good start on consecutive run using 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to save every 4, 5, 6, 7, and we have a lot of them. I pick 4 numbers in a range around the multiples, in this case 4, 5, 6, 7, and we actually have tiles that we can pass. So I'm going to pass the North 2.3 crack. I have 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm not going to pick a hand until I run out of discards. So great, Marcia, welcome. I'm going to go ahead and identify hand 1 as a targeted onset strategy, and that's what we're going to focus on. We're going to focus on multiples. So we had 2 multiples. Consecutive run. Okay, so we'll see pre-Charleston, post-Charleston, and results. Okay, so I'm going to track the onset and what I chose as far as the strategy, and then I'm calling that pre-Charleston. Then I'm going to check post-Charleston, so however many discards I have after the Charleston, and then I'll do the results of the game. So whether I won or lost, and how far away I was for that particular strategy. So here we have a West, a 3 dot, and a 1 crack. I'm going to go ahead and discard that. Hi Linda, welcome to the live stream. We're playing American Style, where we are going to be comparing strategies on this session. So I'm working on consecutive run 4, 5, 6, 7, and I am not focused on any particular hand, although there is one hand that will use both multiples, and that would be the second hand down under consecutive run. 4 dot, 5 dot, 6 crack, 7 crack. So we'll just have to see how things come in, because that may change. If I get another multiple, I could switch and either the 4 or the 7 could become joker bait. So let's see what happens. We're just waiting for Miss Travel something or other. Travel Bug. Ms. Travel Bug. We're waiting for her to here we go. Okay, let's see what we get. Oh, we got a keeper. 6 crack. Okay, now we have tiles to pass, a 1-2 south. I think I'm going to break that up. Oh, I don't know if I want to pass a 2 and a 7. I mean, that will feed right into the year hand. We have 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I think I'll go ahead and pass the 7, 1 south. Okay. I think 4, 5, 6, 7 is probably going to be what we play here. But we still don't have to pick a hand until we run out of discards. Okay, no keepers here. But we did get a 4, 5, a 4 here. So we could do 4, 5, maybe 4, 5, 6. Use the 7 as joker bait maybe. And we have tiles we can pass. I'm going to go ahead and continue the Charleston. This flower, I'm probably not going to use, may or may not use. I'm going to hold it though. I think passing flowers is risky. I try not to do it unless I know my hand and I'm just a couple discards away. The reason for that is there are 2 or 3 hands per category that use flowers. So anytime you pass flowers, those are keeper tiles. And they could be used as joker bait, even by themselves. You don't need, joker bait is not necessarily pairs, pungs, kongs, etc. It could be flowers and dragons. Because there are few dragons, dragons can be very valuable as well in American style. So as I'm sharing about these strategies, write in the comment section if you have any questions. Okay, no keepers at the moment here. We have tiles to pass, which is kind of nice, actually. We're focused on 4, 5, 6, 7. And even though that 7 was in the range, the multiple that I really want to bring in here is these 4 dots. Probably the 4, 5, 6, 7 second hand down under consecutive run is most likely going to be the hand. But we'll see. I'm not going to commit to it yet. And we have tiles we can pass. Although I don't know if I want to pass a 2, 7 because of the year category. Let's see. 5. I think I'll go ahead and break that up and pass a 2, 6 north. Because we could still play 4, 5, 4, 5, 6 and use the 7s as joker bait. The 4, 5, 4, 5, 6 hand I'm referring to is the 4th one down under consecutive run. Okay, so now we have a 6 here. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think that's really going to help. I think we'll pass 3 and we'll pass. So we could play 4, 5, 6 with 5s in the middle. 4, 5, nah. Let's just pass these 3. Maybe the 7. Okay. Here we go. Let's see what we can get. Oh, and then I have to get ready to mark down. Let's see. All right, so we got a keeper, the 4. So if we're playing around the multiples, I got to discard something. Let's discard the 3 crack. So 4, 5, 6, 7, the second hand down I think is really good for this. We definitely have work to do though. So we have 5 discards.
2 dots.
So I'm just going to identify that for tracking these comparisons.
7
We could still play 4, 5, 4, 5, 6 depending on what we get. Okay, I don't want red dragons.
Red dragon. 7 bamboos.
So I'm just
West
thinking
wind.
we really could use some 5 dots for sure. But if we're kind of in between 2 consecutive run hands, we have 2 discards, so we really don't have to pick a hand just yet. Okay, there's an 8. Let's get rid of the 8 bam.
8
We could
bamboos.
even play 5, 6, 7, 8, but we'd have a whole pung of 4 dots for joker bait.
West wind.
I'm thinking we'll probably get rid of these 2 discards and then decide what to do.
7 dots. Six bamboos.
We'll get rid of the 1. So you
One
really
dot.
don't have to pick a hand until you run out of discards, or during the pick and discard phase of the game, if someone discards a tile that you may be able to
East
claim,
wind.
that would be the time when you have to pick a hand. So like if somebody throws
3
a 6
bamboos.
crack, I might have to decide then and there whether I want to play that second hand or
5
not.
characters.
Because that hand, oh, looky there, we got a keeper.
8 characters.
And that particular keeper will use these 7 cracks. What we really need right now is a 5 dot.
6 dots.
Actually, we need 3 5 dots and a 7
2
crack.
bamboos.
The 6 crack and the 4 dot are both set. We don't have to worry about those.
9 dots.
So we're looking for jokers or... Oh, that's an interesting tile.
6 dots.
Because now we might even be better
7 dots.
to play 4, 5, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 4, 5,
4
6.
characters.
So basically that will take the pressure off from needing a pung of 5s when we only have 1. Let's wait and see what
6
happens.
bamboos.
The
8
4th
characters.
6 crack is still out. We can Kong that. And the 5, there's no 5 bams out. So this may be viable.
7 dots.
I'm going to get rid of the flower next. And that way it'll leave my options open.
South wind.
We'll see what happens here. This is interesting. I would love to draw a 5 dot or a 5 bam. Or a joker would be nice.
4 bamboos.
No, we don't need that. Oh, and there's a 4 bam.
Plum.
All right, that's all right. We're kind of in between. So we have 4, 5, 4, 5, 6. And we have options with our 5s. I think we should go ahead and switch to the 4th hand down. 4, 5, 4, 5, 6. Just because of the way the multiples have come in. There are no 5 dots out and there are no 5 bams out. So we have a little bit of freedom there. If the 6 crack goes down, I'll Kong it.
8 characters.
And the 7 crack right now is joker bait.
2 bamboos.
There's the 7 crack. I'm going to get rid of the 4 bam.
4 bamboos.
Okay, so we still can play 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, and we can still
8
play
bamboos.
4, 5, 6, 7. We're in between.
5 characters.
Let's see what happens.
2 bamboos.
6 crack. We don't need it. Yes, we do need it. Let's get rid of the 7.
7 characters.
Okay, so what I really need right now is a 5 bam
2
or a 5
characters.
dot. Maybe we could even play this hand pure, meaning no jokers.
9
We'll see.
bamboos.
We're behind the curveball a little bit because we don't have our pair here in this 5 bam. We need that badly.
6 bamboos.
We'll see what happens here. It's kind of exciting.
5 characters.
5 bam or 5 dot is what we're really looking for here.
South wind.
Joker will do.
7 characters.
That will help us get this 5 dot. If somebody throws a 5 dot, of which
3
there are none
dots.
out, we can pung that. Because what we need
8
here is a
dots.
pair with the bams, pung with the dots, and a Kong of
North
6, which
wind.
we have. So I don't know if you noticed, and I didn't
Characters.
mention it, but when I threw that 7 crack, nobody wanted it. So that particular joker bait
dots.
example didn't come through. Sometimes joker bait
White
doesn't
dragon.
work, but it's worth trying. Okay, Shirley, great thinking. Sometimes I give up incorrect tile for the second optional, then
North
fuss at
wind.
myself. Yeah, been there, done that.
Dots.
You know, if you give up a tile during the Charleston, you can totally recover. You can recover from one
Red
tile.
dragon.
Even 2 tiles you can recover from during the pick and discard phase of the game. So
One
I
and
try not
blue.
to lament with decision making, although practicing
Con.
with Charleston modeling, if you have a set at home, is really great practice.
White dragon.
It really helps build your confidence. Oh, look at what we got. We're ready to win.
7 characters.
Ready to win on a 5 dot. If I draw a 5
dots.
dot, I might even discard the joker and try for a pure hand, meaning
9
no
dots.
jokers. We'll see.
Eight dots.
That's a discard. We're ready to win on a 5 dot.
8 dots.
So pair of 4 bam, pair of 5 bam. Then we have a pung of 4 dots and a pung of
White
5
dragon.
dots, and then a kong of 6 cracks. That is the
6
4th
dots.
hand down. That's a discard. 4th
3
hand down
dots.
under consecutive run.
North wind.
It's not a done deal though, because we don't know what these other players are playing.
5 dots.
Oh, there it is. I'm going to take it. Mah Jongg.
Mah Jongg.
Okay, so in this case, targeted onset was a good strategy. So I'm going to mark that as a win. Does anybody have any questions about how this went down? We're going to click play again. See who sticks with us here. So that was a nice example of how targeted onset works. Building around multiples. This is a game of multiples. I counted and calculated that there are 20% of the hands use singles and pairs. The whole 80% of the other hands, multiples. Pungs, kongs, and quints. So building around multiples to me is a clear strategy that I think works more times than not. Sometimes it doesn't work, but more times than not, I think it works. So I'm going to make me south. I will make Josie east. And I don't know, is Miss Travelbug, are you in the live stream? Write in chat if you're in the live stream. Thanks, Josie, or Wendy, thank you. I thought that was pretty fun. I kind of was on the, oh, Marcia. We're going to make Marcia part of our table here. We'll make you west. And I guess we'll go ahead and keep with Miss Travelbug. I wish I knew her name. And we will make her north, and we'll get started. So let's see which strategy we use. We'll use either, well, we'll just look and see what the dealt hand is first and then decide. So we have maximum usage, targeted onset, or favorites. So let's see what we have here. There are no multiples, so this is a perfect one for maximum usage. So I'm going to look at my tiles and pick whatever category will use the most of my tiles. Sometimes when people get a dealt hand like this, they get frustrated and say, oh, I have nothing. I don't even have a pair. But really, to me, that's not a worry. That should not be a concern at all, because there are actually significant opportunities here. So I am seeing a lot of 2, 4, 6, 8. The challenge with that category is there are no 6s. We do have some 2, so we have 7, 8, 9. Let's just pull away all of the 7, 8, 9 and count how many we have towards 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But for maximum usage, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do maximum usage using evens. That would be where we pull off all of the odds, and we're just going to keep every 2, 4, 6, 8 we can. So that uses the maximum tiles, including the white dragon. There is one hand in the 2, 4, 6, 8 category that uses dragons. So we're going to hold that. So we have 7 tiles to work with. So we will discard, let's go ahead and discard these 3. And we're going to gather every 2, 4, 6, 8. And you do not have to pick a hand or focus on how they come in. You just want to gather. This is one way to speed up your decision making and your game, by just gathering tiles. You do not need to stop and look at the category, all the different hands. It doesn't matter. Just gather the tiles and get rid of your discards. Once the discards are gone, then look at the hands that you can play and look at your tiles that are in your hand, and then you pick what to do. Now we do have a multiple here, but 2, 4, 6, 8, we're playing maximum usage, so we're going to go ahead and pass. And I want to keep my dragons because dragons are used in the 2, 4, 6, 8 category. So I'm going to identify that we are playing maximum usage, and we started, I believe, with 7 tiles for evens. Okay. We didn't get any there, except we did get a dragon. Now, we have like numbers. I think passing like numbers is just as bad as passing a pair, and I recommend against it. I'm not going to pass that. I'm going to go ahead and give up one of my dragons. Now, the 2, 4, 6, 8 hand that uses dragons is an opposite dragon, and we're kind of in between. I think I'm going to give up the green, because if we get a 6 crack, we can leverage the white dragon with the bams and the cracks. That would be the second hand from the bottom, the one I'm referring to. So let's discard those. We're looking for evens. No evens. And sometimes it's kind of nice not to get some, because then you can just discard them and not worry about what they are. Just get rid of them. I mean, you want to make sure that it's a good, safe pass. Playing this game during the Charleston, it's just as important to build your hand as it is to pass defensively. So you don't want to be giving people like numbers, pairs, flowers, dragons, if at all you can help it. And then the best kind of a pass is a wind, a number tile that's odd, and maybe a number tile that's even. In this case, we don't have any evens because we're keeping them, but these are far enough apart that it's not too bad. The only way that they're going to want to use that is either with Lucky 13 or maybe little odds. So that's not too bad. No keepers again, but we have a nice pass here. One of each suit. That's a good pass. They're all odd though, so that's a little bit risky. Hi. Oh, Peg. Yeah, I noticed that you're from Colorado. I love that area. I used to live in Westminster and Arvada. And my son lives in Fort Collins. And the rest of my brothers and sisters all live in Colorado Springs. And we may move there one day. Okay, I'm going to keep that dragon. I got it back. So I'm going to pass these 3. Okay, so we have not been getting many evens. It seems like I may have some competition. I think we may have other players here playing evens. So it's, if you can, I know it's a lot to manage, but if you can, keep an eye on the trend during the Charleston. And if you don't see a lot of tiles coming around, you can kind of figure out what people are playing. So in this case, I'm thinking that somebody is either playing consecutive run using my tiles, or we've got a player or two playing evens. Another thing that you can watch for is if you see a lot of wins going around in the first Charleston, you can switch to wins and start gathering and end up with a good wind hand. We might do that with playing favorites later and switch. If I start seeing that, I might try to make an example out of that strategy. So let's discard these. Ooh, we got a white dragon. Nice. So now we have a multiple there, and we're ready to start. So let's see here. We really have, I'd say, 6 discards 4 to, let's see,
3 characters.
4 to 6, no, 4, I think we have about 6 discards. So I'm gonna note that 6 discards. So that's kind of a rough start. I try, if it was a successful Charleston, I think if I'm left with 4 discards, I call that a successful Charleston. So this is going to be a bit rough. We have options, so I'm not too worried, but I think it could have gone better. Somebody, I think, is holding evens.
9 characters.
That is going to be helpful. This could maybe be the 6th crack. If we're focused on maximum usage, we still have no 6 crack.
West wind.
We have a 2, let's see, this 8 crack that could be very useful. We're in between 2, 4, 6, 8.
5
We're not taking that. We'll discard that. If you notice all these discards, there's no evens. There's no evens out there right now. The hands that I'm thinking before we really don't have to pick, I'm thinking either the second hand, 2, 4, 6, 8, pung, pung, kong, kong, 2 suits. And then the other hand that we could play is the 4th hand down, 2, 4, 4, 6, 8, using BAMs for the 2, 4. Okay, now here is a 4, 2, 4, 4, 6, 8. I'm kind of thinking maybe that might be the way to go here. I'm thinking the 4 crack might be one of the tiles we can discard. 2, 4, 4, 6, 8, 3 suits. Pair with the BAMs. Pung, pung with the 4, 6 dot, and then Kong the 8 crack. And then, of course, the other hand that we could go for is the second from the bottom. 2, 4 in BAMs, 6, 8 in cracks, and then the opposite dragon, in this case, the white dragons. So we're in between 3 different hands. We have 3 discards, so we don't have to pick a hand. Not yet. This 8 probably can go. I think maybe even before. Nah, I think I'll get rid of the 4 as well. Because we could even switch to like numbers, in which case we should probably keep this green dragon right here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're in between like numbers with 8s. If we get a flower, we might even switch to like numbers. Okay, so we've got some jokers out right now. The 3 crack is dead. The white, that joker is the 4th 3 crack is out. The 6 BAM is available. So we have a couple tiles here we can get rid of before we have to decide. I'm going to get rid of the 3 in case this player on my left is playing like numbers. I don't want to get stuck with that 3. And there it is. Okay, we got a quint going on. It's time to play defense. They are playing the like number quint. So if I get 3s, I'm going to fall on my sword and play defense by discarding safe tiles to the best of my ability.
5 dots. 6 bamboos.
Each of the hands that I'm considering are exposable hands, so I can claim discards for them.
9 characters.
This player over here, they're playing 5, 6, 7, 8, I believe. The convention is 2 suits, so BAMs and dots. They need 5 BAMs to go with their 6 BAM, and then an 8 dot to go with their 7 dot. I might get rid of that. I might just switch to defense. Let's see what we draw here. Because they may need that. If I play like numbers, I'm going to need flowers, and there are 3 flowers right there.
4 bamboos.
Okay, we need a pair for that, so that is not a good tile to act on.
Green dragon.
Nope. This 1 crack is probably okay.
1 character.
We have a lot of wall left.
9
Little less
bamboos.
than 2 walls. I think I might try to
bamboos.
get rid of this 8 dot. 2 of my tiles are out now. We can get rid of the east.
East wind. 6 dots.
This green dragon is safe. I'm going to hold on to that for a
2
good
characters.
defense tile. This 8 dot, I'm
1
thinking I
dot.
probably should get rid of it. I want to hold out though for potential
9
like
characters.
numbers. There are no
3
8
dragon.
there are no 8 dots out, and there are no 8 cracks out yet. If I were to switch to like numbers with 8s and dragons, I have no
6
flowers, so that is a
characters.
gap. There's one of my tiles, a 6 crack. There are 2 out now. I am thinking, oh, self-pick quint. That is amazing. Very nice. Okay, Marsha won with a quint. That is sweet. So she's got 2 Kongs and a Kong and 2 quints all in 3s. That is an example of a quint if you're new to American Mah Jongg. And that is unheard of in Asian versions. This is why jokers are needed. She ended up using 5 jokers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. 5 jokers. That's amazing. So let's see here. Where's my hand? Oh, right here. We ended up being 4 away. So I'm going to identify that as a loss and 4 away, or 4 discards. So that maximum usage did not really work that time. Okay, let's play again. Okay. What in the world? Why did we got a really weird chat just now? I don't know what that is all about. How to get rid of a cold sore. I don't think that has anything to do with Mah Jongg. Maybe that was a mischat. I have no idea. Okay, so let's have, oh good, we have all viewers on the table. I'm going to make Marsha east. Wendy, you will be south. Josie, you will be west, and I will take north. Oh, what happened? Did we lose somebody? Josie, I lost you. Josie, what happened? Let me just wait a minute and see if she'll come back. Maybe she lost connection. I don't know. Josie, are you still with us? Okay, maybe Josie, you can play another game. I'm going to go ahead and make Miss Travelbug. We will make her west. Okay, so we're on to the third game, and we played Targeted Onset, which was a winner. We played Maximum Usage, which was a loss. We're now going to look at the onset here and see what we can do. So here we have a pair of 1s. Look at this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Man, that is cut and dry. We're going to play consecutive run. What happened there? Okay. So we'll get rid of all these. We haven't, really, there's only a couple of things we can do with a consecutive run that's all together like that, and that would be the first hand under consecutive run. We still don't have to pick it, so let's go ahead and break up these wins. We'll pass west 7, 8, and that I'm going to pass the 8 because I don't want to get stuck with like numbers together. So I'm going to go ahead and pass that. Oh, nice. Marsha, you won the first time with that quint. Congratulations. That was really sweet. So we're just going to call this one maximum usage again. I mean, we're using the most of what we have. There is only one multiple, so really we're building around the multiple in essence, but I think in this case I would call this a maximum usage strategy. We did pick up a multiple here with the 8. We could maybe switch, no, I was thinking we could maybe switch to Lucky 13, but the 5 and the 1, 3, unless we get a 1 BAM or a 3 BAM, I don't think that will be viable. So let's see if we can get some little dots. 1 through 5 in dots. If we get a 6, 7 in dot, I might hold it and maybe even go for the consecutive pair hand. That would make us throw this joker away though. Okay, so we've got a red and a 6, 7. That's kind of a bit risky there, but I think I'm going to have to do it. Oh well. So we need 2, 3, 4, 5 dot, 6 dot, 7 dot would be nice if we maybe can play that pair hand. Let's see what we can do. Oh, let's see. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we are non-dealer. So we had 5 discards at the beginning. I'm going to get rid of... Yes, we'll do the Charleston. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So we had pre-Charleston, we had 6 discards. I almost forgot to note that. Okay. Oh, and we played consecutive. Okay. We will discard these tiles here. Let's see here. I'm actually going to keep this red dragon because there is a consecutive run hand that uses dragons. I wonder if I got rid of, did I get rid of a dragon earlier? I think I got rid of a red dragon. Maybe it'll come back. Oh, we got a keeper, 4 dot. Okay, so let's get rid of these. We'll go ahead and break up that joker bait now. So I'm thinking if we can get some 3 dots or a 5 dot, this would be a pretty sweet start for this hand. We have 2 multiples now, so we're building around these multiples. Welcome to the live stream. If you've just joined us, we're playing American style at Mahjong time. And we're talking a lot about strategy. We're comparing strategies. So if you want to pick up where you missed, watch the repost. Okay, we're going to go ahead and pass these. I think, let's see, we have, yeah, we're going to pass all those. Even, odd, mixed suit, yes, they're consecutive with the 4, 5, but there's always a little bit of risk in every pass. But you just want to make it as least risk-ridden as possible. Ooh, a lot of wins. Okay, let's break it up. Maybe pass 3. Oh, we got a 1. Silly me. That might be a keeper. We could always use the 4s as joker bait and play the last hand under consecutive run. Let's throw these 3 and see what happens. I hope they're not playing wins. I try not to pass 2 wins together or 2 dragons together, but I want to leave my options open. These 2 over here might be discards later. If we get the 2, 3, and 5 for the first hand, we're kind of in between. And there's another multiple we could maybe use with a 1, 2, 3 with dragons. We have, let's say we have 4 discards. Really 4, we really have 5 discards. We'll pass on that. There is a flower. I don't know if that's going to be useful. Let's see. Let me make my note real quick.
7 characters. 8 characters.
I got to make a note on these results here. What did we have? Did I say 5 discards?
3 characters.
That is a discard. Okay, so we ended up with 5 discards that way. Oh, so we're a little behind the curveball. 4 discards is better, 4 or less.
1 character.
But we're in between the last hand under consecutive run and the first hand under consecutive run. I don't think this flower is going to be useful.
East wind.
There is 1335 that uses dragons, but that's the wrong suit. We need BAMs if we were to play the 1335. So I don't think that's going to be good. If we get a green dragon, we might actually switch and use the 4s as joker bait. We'll just see what happens. We have 2 tiles before we have to decide.
North wind.
There's a keeper.
3 characters.
All right, so let's see. We haven't missed anything yet. As far as discards, we need a pair of 5 dots here. That you cannot claim. You have to draw your pairs yourself unless it's your winning tile. That you can declare Mahjong if it is your winning tile. It's the only other way to get a pair other than drawing it yourself. So, oh, there's a keeper. Let's get rid of the flower.
Orchid.
So we're probably, I think at this point, going to commit to the first hand. And the red dragons here are joker bait. If anybody exposes a pung or Kong or what have you with red dragons, we can maybe use these to get some jokers.
5 dots.
Oh, there's our 5 dot. That's the first one. So we need to be on alert for that. It'd be nice to draw that 5 dot. 7 dot. I'll get rid of that.
1 dot.
Let's count how many we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we'll pung it. We're going to commit.
Pung.
All right, now we need a
7
5
dots.
dot and a 3 dot or a joker. Pretty quick because there's 1 5 dot. You cannot use a joker with a pair. So this is a little risky committing at this point. We'll see what happens. It'd be really nice to draw. Oh, and there's the dragon. That would have been nice much earlier on. We could have kept that 1 dot, but that's okay. We need a 5 dot and a 3 dot or
2
joker.
bamboos.
It'd be really nice if we could get some jokers out of these dragons.
8 dots.
Nope.
2 characters.
So 1 5 dot is out. This particular strategy was, I'm calling maximum usage.
8 dots.
We had 6 discards at the beginning with no gaps. So the hand I'm playing is the first hand under consecutive run. We had every one of those tiles. We started with just a pair of 1s and built around that. So we, at this point, need a 3 dot or a 5 dot. 5 dot would be really nice. That's the pair tile. If you can get that early. Oh, flower. We're going to get rid of that right now.
Plum.
If you're not going to use those flowers unless you're holding it for joker bait, get rid of it. And you want to get rid of joker bait and fresh tiles before the end of the 3rd wall. So the end of the 3rd wall is probably right about here. So we have, we're going to pass on that. Oh. So we have about 4 more picks before the 4th wall. So I will want to be getting rid of these dragons after about 4 more picks. Because you do not want to be sitting there with fresh tiles in the 4th wall. You will have given everybody time to collect and get ready for Mahjong all that time. So it's best not to be sitting with fresh tiles in the 4th wall. Okay, there's one of our tiles. We can't take it. We need a... I wished I had that one time before. Okay, so we need a Kong for that 3 dot. That's why I couldn't take it. You have to have the tiles to complete that set, and I wasn't ready for it. 1 tile off, darn it. That's okay. The other 3 dot, if it goes down, we can Kong it and then be ready on a pair of 5s.
3 characters.
And incidentally, nobody wanted that red dragon,
8
so that joker bait
bamboos.
didn't come through. Okay, what is a metaphor? This person, find your love. I don't know what they're doing
3
here, but I
dots.
don't think we're going to Kong that. I don't think they're into Mahjong because they keep chatting stuff that doesn't apply to Mahjong. So unless they're mischatting, I don't know what is going on there.
4
Okay, we're ready on a 5 dot. And that is a pair, so you cannot use a joker with a pair.
2 bamboos.
And as far as what I have exposed, there are a couple of hands that this could be, so these other players may or may not know exactly which hand I'm playing, which is kind of good.
6 dots.
We need a 5 dot. If you have 2
9
exposures,
dots.
players can guess what you're playing, but if you have 3 exposures, you're pretty much
Red dragon.
declaring what hand you're playing.
1 bamboo.
So in this case, we're leaving them guessing. Yeah, Graham,
Green dragon.
I don't know
4 dots.
I don't know how to get them out of this group while I'm
7
playing.
dots.
I need to learn how to use moderators to have
Red dragon.
a little help with chat during the live streams, but I haven't learned how to do that yet.
5 dots.
There's Mah Jongg.
Mah Jongg.
Okay, so in this case, we won with the first hand under consecutive run, a pair of 1 dot. We have a pung of 2 dots, a Kong of 3 dots, pung of 4 dots, and a pair of 5 dots. And we really kind of started rough. We had, let me see, we had 6 discards. So I think the drawing went well for the most part, and the joker really helped out. I think that was the saving grace on this hand. So that was a win. And I think we can go ahead to the next game. Does anybody have any questions? We'll go ahead and play again. Okay, maybe what we could do, what would you all think? Oh, I had a typo in my thank you to Marcia. Okay, so we did a targeted onset, we did a maximum usage. Let's see what our drawn hand is and see if we can do another maximum usage. I also want to do a favorites with either dragons or maybe, I'm sorry, not dragons, but the wind and dragon category or the year category. So let's see what we get with these next, this next drawn hand. We just need a couple more players. Oh, how did you do that, Peg? You reported them. Let's see here. Maybe, Peg, would you be interested in being a moderator? I could add you as a moderator. I don't know quite how this works, but if anybody wants to be a moderator, let me know in chat and I will make you a moderator, and I think that will allow you to remove that player. So I'm going to go ahead and have, who hasn't, I think Josie. Let's make Josie east. Marcia, you can be south. Miss Travel Bug can be west, and I will take north. Graham asked about using an old card. You can use old cards if everybody at the table is using that same card. But there is no carryover. There's enough of a difference that you need every player playing on the same card, unless you decide as a group to do otherwise. There are some groups that play with different cards intentionally, just to keep things creative and exciting. But for the most part, everybody plays with the same card. Okay, we're going to do a targeted onset, I think, here. Let's play either like numbers with flowers, using these 9s, or we could play potentially a lucky 13 in mixed suits or 1 suit. So let's get rid of the 8-5 green. Oh, I need to identify. So we're going to do targeted onset, and we're starting with 1, 2, 3, 5 discards. So this one is going to be targeted onset. We're going to do like numbers or lucky 13. And we have 5 discards. Okay, let's see what happens. We'll pass. I am running out of batteries on my phone. Okay. All right. We did not get any keepers here, so I'm just going to pass these. Okay, Shirley is asking, if playing on Mah Jongg time, one has to see National Mah Jongg League, has to use, well, the game is for National Mah Jongg League in this particular room, so yes, you need to use your National Mah Jongg League card. Marcia, did you notice that I was 1 away from playing a pair hand? He had a joker to throw away. Was that a couple hands ago, Marcia? Okay, we got a 4 and a 9. Okay, so we're in between here. I do not like passing white dragons, so I think we need to pick the 9s, 4. Let's get rid of the 3 bam. We're still in between like numbers and lucky 13. So what we really need is a 4 dot, not a 4 crack. Or we could get a 1 dot or a 3 dot and get rid of the tiles that don't fit. Okay, where are we? Oh, here we go. All right. So we're building around the 9 bams. You know what I was just thinking? Maybe we should switch to, oh, we got a 3. Let's get rid of the 4. We could, I was thinking we could have switched to a 3, 6, 9. I don't remember if I gave away any 6s though. Let's hold the 3 because we do have this 3 here. I think I would rather get rid of this 3 here though and not pass the white dragon. We'll do that. 1 of each suit. That's a reasonable pass. Oh, Marcia says the game is auto Charleston for her. That's strange. I've not heard of that unless you're locked up. If you get locked up, the game will act for you because there is a time limit. So I don't know if that's what's happening. You might want to exit this table and come back in. It will allow you to do that. When you come back in, make sure you look for Yellow Mountain to rejoin. But if that problem persists, exit and come back. Oh, look it, we got a 4 dot. So it looks like lucky 13 is coming in for us here. Let's go ahead and get rid of the 9 dot. That way we don't pass the white dragon, and we can still play like numbers with 9s using the 9 crack. It'd be really nice to get more 4 dots because we have the 1, 3 already set. You got to have a 1, 3 for 13, and we need 4 flowers. We have 2. So this is a good this is good progress at this point. I think we have 2 more picks. It looks like, let's see what happens. Marcia, is your issue persistent? Okay, here we go. I think this is last right. And we have tiles we can pass. So we have a really strong start, I think, to Lucky 13, and then we still have an opportunity to play like numbers. So I'm going to note that here. Oopsies in my notes. Let's see here. Where are we? So post-Charleston, we're going to end up, I think, with 4 discards. I'll wait just a minute here. But we're really close to Lucky 13. But let's see how many discards we get. Either 4 or 5 discards. I don't know. It'd be nice to get a keeper. No keepers. Okay, so we have 5 discards. That has been kind of the trend. Oh, we get one more chance. So let's go ahead. Uh-oh, Marcia, auto 3 pass. It looks like the game is identifying you as being locked. I would exit and come back. Yeah, definitely. Exit and come back because it's playing for you for some reason. So I think throwing a red dragon is better than throwing a white dragon. That white dragon is a dual purpose tile. You can use it as a dragon, and you can also use it as a 0 for the year category hands. So that's why I don't like to pass them. Not only that, but the last hand on the card. Okay, so Marcia's gone. The game will give her time to come back. We got the 9 dot back, so we could still play like numbers. So we have 5 discards, which is fine. We need 4 dots badly at this point, and a flower would be nice. But back to what I was saying about the single and pair hand. The year single and pair hand, the last one on the card, it's the highest scoring hand on the card. If you pass dragons and somebody has 2s, 1s, and 7s, they could easily be set up for that big hand, and that's one reason why I do not like to pass dragons. And I think they make good joker bait as well. There are only 3 of them. So if anybody needs dragons, a lot of times they use jokers to make their exposures. So if you hold dragons, even if you don't need them, you can maybe get a joker out of them. So we're going to hold that white dragon for a while. Does anybody have any questions about targeted onset, which is about building around the multiples? We were building around the 9 bam. That's really the only multiple we have. And look, we have joker bait at this point, the 4s. I think I'll probably go ahead and get rid of the white dragon.
3 bamboos.
Actually, we could use that white dragon with the 9. Let's get rid of the 9 crack.
9
We have a 4 bam, but we're playing the mixed suit option for Lucky 13. They could either be in 1 suit, in which case these would all be bams, the 4 dot in the cracks here, or you could be in mixed suits with each exposure or each set being a different suit. So here we have 13 in cracks. We'll need a Kong of 4 dots and a Kong of 9 bams. If the 9 bam goes down, I'm going to take it. So let's see how she does here.
North wind.
Hopefully she's taking care of the gremlins. Let's get rid of the 4 bam. Because now we have a multiple here with the cracks. If we get a 3 dot, we can switch to 4 crack and 1 dot. Let's go ahead and commit to Lucky 13 at this point, because I want to give myself options. This multiple here can help if we get that 3 dot. There's a 3 crack. We already have it. Let's get rid of it.
3 characters.
We need a flower and a 3 dot in order to use this 4 crack here.
7 characters.
Or if we draw a 4 dot, that would be good too. And then we could use whichever one we don't need as joker bait.
3 dots.
So sitting here with this 4 dot though makes me a little nervous. this player across from me could be playing either
8
consecutive
characters.
run, or they could be playing
3 characters.
2, 4, 6, 8, or they could be playing 3, 6, 9. So we'll have to
2
see.
dots.
There's 1 3 dot out, so I need to keep an eye on that.
1 character.
We have 2 discards before we have to pick.
5 bamboos.
Don't need that.
8 dots.
Okay, Shirley asks, it would be too far-fetched to keep 9 crack for lucky 13. Well, I have 9 bams, so that's the biggest multiple in my hand, so I'm building around that.
Bamboos.
That's the strength of my hand, so that's why I got rid of the 9 crack. And also I got rid of the 9 crack because I have a white dragon and an...
4 bamboos.
Oh, no, I decided on focusing on lucky 13. That's why I got rid of the 9 crack. And because we have a pung in the 9 bams, we really didn't need that
1
9
dot.
crack. And we have a 1 3
8
in
dots.
cracks. Oh, I see. Keep the 9.
1 dot.
So the 9 cracks, so you could use it with the 4s. But the strength of the hand is the 9 bam. That is a stronger position to use the 9 bam. Okay, the white dragon. Someone's thinking. Nobody wanted it. Let's get rid of the green dragon.
Green dragon.
So it might have been viable to get rid of that 9, or to keep the 9 crack. I don't know, but I really think that
5
the 9 bam is the strength of the hand. So that's why I went with mixed suits.
9 characters.
Did I just say? Yeah, I think I said
8
that right.
Bamboos.
A 1 crack. We don't need it.
1 character.
It might have been viable, Shirley. We'll have to
3
see.
dots.
Let's see what... Oh, there goes the 3 dot. There's only 2 more. Not only that, but there was a pretty big pause. That means that 3 dot, I think, is in somebody's hand. And I think it is the person across from me. We're going to get rid of that. So
2 bamboos.
we're not picking very well at this point.
1 character. 7
I'm going to
dots.
keep my eye on that. Oh, the 9 crack. Someone else threw a 9 crack somewhere 2 turns ago. I missed it. Oh, you know what? No, I didn't. That 9 crack was discarded a long time ago. So that would have been another reason to make that a discard. The 9 crack is way up here. It was 1, 2, 3rd discard in the game was a 9 crack. So I would have needed a joker, which I have none, in order to use the 9 crack. So that would have been another reason to discard the 9 crack.
West wind. Kong.
Ooh. One of those is a joker
Orchid.
available. Oh, shoot. Flowers are going down. That's kind of good in a way. At this point, it looks like nobody wants flowers at the moment. I need a joker or a flower in order to claim the next discard.
3 dots.
Oh, no. Okay, there's only 1 more 3 dot left.
8 characters.
And I need that if I'm going to do mixed suits with 4 cracks.
9 dots.
So either that or I need to get 4 dots. There's no 4
9
dots out.
bamboos.
There's 1 tile we can pick up.
Kong.
So now we can get rid of the 9 dot. We're going to definitely
9
commit to
dots.
lucky 13. So lucky 13, since I have the 1 3 in cracks, more likely than not, I'm going to try for the 4 dots because I can use any number of jokers with that tile if I'm not drawing well. If I draw 2 jokers or a 4 dot and a joker, I
6
can
dots.
get some help there.
3 dots.
Okay, the last 3 dot is out. So we won't be able to use the 4s. These are now joker bait. The 4 cracks are joker
4
bait.
characters.
Pass. And nobody wanted it. Okay,
Red dragon.
we're definitely in the 4th wall, so I need to get rid of this white dragon right now. There's 1 out, so I don't know if anybody even wants that.
South wind.
I'm going to get rid of it now.
White
You want to get
dragon.
rid of these risky tiles before the 4th wall, so I got lucky.
3 bamboos.
Shirley, I'll have to watch the repost to see
Plum.
who, darn it, who discarded that 9 crack. I am West. Oh, somebody won. Who won? 4, 5, 6, 7 consecutive run. Miss Travelbug. She did a self pick. That's why she has 50 points from each one of us. Nicely done. Okay, so my hand was far away. I had 4 discards at the end here. So let me make a note of that. So this one, this particular strategy for targeted onset was a loss. So we're kind of half and half here, I think. That was 4 discards at this point. Okay, so I think the next hand we're going to play favorites. We're going to force a hand with wins. We're going to play favorites and say wins are the favorite. And then the last game, we'll say the favorites are the year category. We're actually coming up against almost 8:30. So if you want to stick around, we'll play a couple more hands. We need one more player to jump in. I'm going to seat at East this time. Uh-oh. Okay, oh no. Everybody needs to exit the game because Miss Travelbug somehow is the creator. She must have clicked play again. Let's see here. Let me see if I can chat her. Because whoever created the game or launched the table, they are the ones who have to seat the players. And you can see here she's the creator. I'm going to try to get her. Hopefully she will see my chat. If she doesn't, we'll all need to exit and create a new table. So let's see what happens here. I am unable to seat players. Let's see if it'll let me. Oh, okay. It looks like she's doing it. Okay, here we go. She got the message. Okay, so here we go. We are going to do playing favorites strategy, and we're going to say my favorite for this hand is wins and dragons. We're going to force it no matter how many we get. We're going to force it. Playing favorites. We've got a few wins. So we're going to hold wins, dragons, and flowers. Because those are all used in the wins and dragons category. And look, we even have a potential start to Lucky 13, but we're going to play favorites. So I'm going to just break those up. Ooh, I don't want to pass that. That would be like passing Lucky 13, 9, 1, 4. Not good. I think we'll go ahead and maybe break that up and do this here. We'll break up the 9 later. So we'll pass those. All right, so let's play wins and dragons. You know what? I was going to say we could maybe even play the news with like numbers if we get some 9s and leverage those 9 cracks. That would still be playing favorites by using the wins. So let's see what happens. We could also do north and south with 9s. There's a few options there. We're just waiting for Josie, the player on my right. I'm hoping everybody gives away wins in the Charleston. Sometimes that happens. There's one. Ooh, and there's a 9 dot. I'm thinking north and south with 9s. We still don't have to pick a hand. Actually, I think we do have to pick a hand because we have like numbers, and I do not like to pass like numbers. I'm thinking maybe we should go ahead and commit to either news with nines or north and south with nines. Let's go ahead and give up the white dragon. That way I can give myself options, because one of my options is a pair hand. I'm going to take the risk of passing a white dragon. I very rarely will pass a white dragon, but because a pair hand is in the potential category, I'm going to do it. I kind of think that passing a white dragon is like passing a flower. They're equally valuable. That's why I try not to pass them. So we'll see how this goes. We got a 9 crack. North and south with nines, I think, is the way to go here. These are good tiles to pass, though, so I'm going to go ahead and pass the 1, 3, 7. And we could probably go ahead and get rid of the west. So I'm thinking north and south with nines, which is the third hand down. It's a concealed hand, so we have to draw everything. Right now we have a gap. We have a no 9 bam. Ooh, we got like numbers and a white dragon. Oh, that's not good. Well, I think we're just going to have to break this up a little bit. We have a whole Charleston left. We could still maybe do news with nines. I am going to risk it and pass a flower and a white dragon. That is pretty unheard of for me, but I want wins. So I'm going to do it. I hope nobody's playing the year hand. I hope this player over here, Miss Travel Bug, I hope she doesn't need those. She's probably going to fall out of her chair. Okay, we're going to throw these. We don't need them. So we're looking for wins. They're not coming around this time. So they might have already gotten rid of them in the first Charleston, which means they're maybe all in the wall. So I have a 25% chance or thereabouts to draw them myself. Maybe news with nines or north and south with nines. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to go back. I forgot to write down how many discards we had. Oh well, I'll have to go back and update that in the repost. Okay, so we're going to get rid of these 3. Trying to remember. I think we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we had 5 discards. I'm going to write 5 discards and then I'll correct it if I'm incorrect. So we're playing wins and dragons. 5 discards. And we'll see how this ends up post-Charleston. Right now, I'm seeing 4 or 5 discards. If we go forward, the pair hand, we will have the joker to throw away. So at this point, it is 5 discards. 5 discards. That was a terrible Charleston. Wins. Oops. Oh, we're not done yet. I can still maybe get something. It'd be nice to get 1 keeper. Oh, only 2 tiles. All right. We'll give you those 2. Let's give you those 2 and break up the 1, 4 in 1 suit. Maybe they're playing consecutive something. I don't know. So wins and dragons. And we have 5 discards. Okay, we'll see how this ends up. I'll hold the dragon for joker bait.
Characters.
So we're in between north and south with
One
nines.
bamboo.
The third hand down, which is concealed, we got to draw it all ourselves.
3
Or,
bamboos.
okay, north and south with nines it is. Now we have a
bamboos.
second joker here that we can leverage. So,
3
at this
characters.
point we have 4 discards.
4 bamboos.
That is a pass tile. So north and south with nines, we've got to draw it all. We need a 9 bam.
1 dot.
That is a gap.
4 bamboos.
You know what? We could play a quint with
7
north,
bamboos.
9 red. Let's hold the flower for joker
1
bait.
bamboo.
So we might be able to play a quint.
1 character.
We got the red. We're switching to a quint.
5 characters.
Okay,
9 bamboos.
4 discards. I think we'll get rid of the flower
6
first. That way we
bamboos.
can still fall back on north and south with nines.
East wind.
One of the reasons why I'm thinking that is because we have no 9 bam. And there's already 1 out. So
6
we need a
characters.
pair of 9 bams, and that's a gap. Since it's a gap, I think we should switch to quints.
5 bamboos.
Let's see what happens.
White dragon.
And as far as playing favorites, that quint,
7 dots.
that's a favorite. I mean, it's using a wind. And we just got
Yes,
another
wind.
dragon. I mean, another joker. So we can quint both the north and the 9. All we need is a red dragon to get set.
9 bamboos.
There goes the other 9 bam.
2 bamboos.
So I think that was the right choice.
7 dots.
I think I'll still
2
get rid of the flower
characters.
first.
East wind. 1 character.
I would love to draw a red dragon.
Green dragon.
Okay, I'm glad it wasn't a red one. I don't want to use my joker yet. There's 1 out. I'll throw the flower.
Bamboo.
Let's give ourselves options. Even though there's 1 green dragon out, the same thing could happen with the red and I might draw a green dragon. So I'm going to keep options open. We can still fall back to
East wind.
north and south with 9s.
1 bamboo.
If I draw that 9 bam. We have 1.
Bamboo.
Oh, look at that. We're going for a quint. We're set.
9 dots.
Okay. Dragons or jokers are placed. We're ready to claim discards.
South wind.
Okay, no, that's not what we want. We want a 9 crack, a north wind, and a red dragon.
1 dot. Green dragon. Kong.
Oh,
8
good thing I
bamboo.
didn't keep it. And one of those is available. And I think the south is safe.
West wind.
Oh, nice. Okay,
1 bamboo.
so we're good to go. We need, oh goodness, we need a
2
9 crack and a
bamboos.
red dragon. Oh my goodness, this would be really fun to win.
White dragon. Two bamboos.
Now, this player across from me, they may be playing a dragon hand, in which case I may not get this red dragon.
2 characters.
But I have enough jokers to still be set.
Red dragon.
Oh, there it is. That is a Kong tile.
Kong.
And we are ready on
South
either
wind.
a 9 crack or a north. One or the other will make it happen.
7
9 crack
characters.
or north. And
2
nobody knows
bamboos.
we're playing a quint. We could be playing any number of hands here.
3 dots.
Discard.
4 characters. 5 bamboos. 4 bamboos.
This quint was kind of a long
5
shot.
bamboos.
It's not a done deal though. We
7
haven't
dots.
quite gone into the fourth wall yet, so this hand got set
9
pretty
dots.
early, I think. So I have a good chance of winning this. It'd be nice to draw that red
3
dragon.
dots.
Oh, I saw a crack coming in and I thought
7
that was the winning
characters.
tile.
6 bamboos. 3 characters.
We need a 9 crack or a north.
9 dots.
Nope. And
7
I didn't
bamboos.
miss anything. There are none out. Although people might be
9
wondering at this
bamboos.
point, there are no norths out, but all the other winds
Dots.
are out. At least all of them are represented. So somebody may be pulling this together and realizing that I could be playing a quint.
4 characters. 5 dots.
There's 3 easts out, 3 souths out, and 2 wests out. No norths are
1
out.
character.
So we'll
East
see.
wind.
Oh,
2 characters.
oh, darn it. That was a good safe tile, though. There were 3-4 cracks out already. Okay, we are definitely in the fourth wall now, so this is the stretch.
4
Everybody should be pretty well set in their hand at this point. So it's anybody's game. Oh, 6 crack.
6 characters. 3 bamboos. 6 bamboos. Green dragon.
Oh no. Oh no.
5 dots.
Oh. Okay, that should be safe.
White dragon.
Yes, it was safe.
8 bamboos.
Oh my goodness, who has my north? I hope it's in the wall. Both the 8 and the 9 could be in the wall.
6 dots. 5 bamboos.
That's a good safe tile.
5 characters. 9 dots. 1 dot.
We're getting down there. These tiles have to be coming up unless people are switching to defense.
8 bamboos.
That is a
4
fresh
dots.
tile right there. Oh, oh no. Oh, safe.
9 bamboos.
Oh my goodness. I thought somebody was going to win on that
7
one.
bamboos. 6 characters.
Oh, safe tile, hopefully.
1 character. West wind.
Well, there's a wind.
3 characters. 7 bamboos.
There it is. Well, it's not a wind or a 9, but it's a win. I'll take it. Okay, so that was a win for favorites. A win. And we forced it too. That was pretty well forced. We were definitely behind the 8 ball on that one. Okay, we'll do one more if y'all want to stick around. I know we're going long, but we'll do one more hand here for this live stream, and we'll force a hand again. Let's play a year hand. We're going to force a year hand this time. Let's see. Oh, good. I am the creator of the table, so I'll be able to seat people. If you want to play again, log in and join us. We're going to do one more hand for this live stream, and we're going to force a year hand, and we're going to call this strategy favorites. Playing favorites. And this particular hand is going to be dedicated to Brandon Hensley. Just because he's my new friend. He's my new YouTube friend. Okay, so we're going to play a year hand. And we're going to call it with the strategy of playing favorites. And let's see how it goes. I have started hands with like 1 or 2 tiles and did really well with it. So let's go ahead and seat who we have here. We need one more player. Thank you, Martina. That was really fun to play, that Quint. I like Quints. I could have called that a favorite as well, but you know, you need 3 jokers minimum for that, and I think we started with 2. We need another player here if anybody has a login. Thanks, Marcia. Okay, we have Annie here. Does anybody want to come in and play one more hand? Anybody in the live stream? I'll give you a minute or two, or a minute. I'll give you a minute to log in and play if you want to. We do have a contender here. If anybody wants to log in from the live stream. We have Josie and Miss Travelbug. Oh, there's Marcia. Okay, I will seat you, Marcia, at North. Oops, that seat was taken. North. There we go. Sorry, Annie. Maybe next time you have to join my live stream, and then maybe next time you could play at the table. All right, here we go. We're going to play a year hand. We got dragons, and we've got 7s. So we have a decent start. We have 5 tiles towards a year hand, and oh, and we have 2s. Look at that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to break up the 5 right now. So we have 7 tiles. 7 tiles, and we are east, so we had 7 discards. Okay. Let's see what happens here. We've got 2 multiples with the 2 dots and the green dragons. We're just going to break these up right now. It really, yeah, we're going to keep that 6 in there. I don't want to get stuck with like numbers. We're looking for white dragons and 1s at this point. And we're in between a few potential hands here. There's really only 1 hand that uses dragons besides whites, and that would be the second hand down. The first hand doesn't have flowers in it, and we do have a flower, so it could be any one of those. We'll see what we get. Oh, there's a white dragon and a 2. So we're going to keep those, and we're going to discard these 3. So at this point, I'm thinking maybe we could play the concealed hand or the first hand and get rid of the greens. The green dragons might end up being joker bait. We'll see what happens. We don't have to pick a hand until we run out of discards, and I still have 1 discard before I have to pick. So we're in between the second hand down, the last hand, which is concealed. We could maybe play the first hand, in which case we would get rid of a flower and the green dragons. Let's go ahead and continue the Charleston. We have about 5 or 6 discards at this point. Let's get rid of these evens. We're trying to force a year hand. Okay, we got a 7. We still have discards, so we do not have to pick a hand yet. I'm thinking that probably we're in between the last hand and the first hand. Okay, who in the heck? We're gonna block. I just figured out how to block them. Okay. So we're going to discard these 3. I do not know what in the world. That's ridiculous. Okay. We will pass 3. And reported. Okay. Pass 2. Okay. No keepers. Okay, so we have lots of discards, but we do have joker bait. Probably the green dragons. I'm thinking we could even switch to 7, 8 with dragons. Maybe. Let's just hold on to the dragons. 7, 8 with dragons, but we're trying to force a year hand here.
East wind.
In which case we need 1 bams. I hope I didn't get any 1 bams and pass them. Now I'm scared I did that. I don't remember. I don't remember getting 1s. I hope I didn't pass any 1 bams. Oh, there's a 7 crack.
West wind.
Okay, if we were playing targeted onset or building around multiples, we would switch to like numbers at this point. But here, we could either get a 1 crack or a 1 bam and make that first hand work under the year category. So I'm going to stick with it. We have 5 discards at this point. 5 discards with joker bait. So we'll get rid of these 3. We need white dragons, a 1 bam and a 1 bam or a 1 crack, and then the associated 7 to go with it.
West wind.
So we need to draw well, I think, or get jokers. The nice thing about this particular hand is you can use any number of jokers because they're pungs and kongs.
6 characters.
Oh, there's a joker. That's nice. All right, so we'll see what happens. We might be able to use that. Let's see here. There's no 1 cracks and there. Okay, we don't need that. If we're playing the first hand, we need a pung of 2s, and we have a pung of 2s.
8 bamboos.
We don't need that.
Eight characters.
There is a red dragon. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 towards the second hand with dragons versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're in between. We are in between.
2 characters.
8 crack we don't need.
8
There is 1 dot out. We are in between. We might still be able to use those dragons.
9 bamboos.
Let's see what happens. Whatever we draw first. We can pick off one of these 7s probably and commit to one of them. That might give us a little bit of time.
7 dots.
3 crack we don't need.
3 characters.
What in the world? I banned this person.
1 dot.
That is just ridiculous.
7 bamboos.
Okay. Oh, we're gonna Kong it. Darn it anyway. I wasn't ready to commit, but
Orchid. 4 characters.
okay.
5 dots.
So we could probably use these 7s and these dragons as joker
3
bait.
dots.
If you would have kept,
South wind.
if you would have played the year hand with dragons
1
instead,
dot.
write it in the comment section. We have a lot of discards here. And there's 1 white dragon out. We need 1 bams
6
or
dots.
jokers. I am
3 bamboos.
I am hoping that we can use these pairs here as joker bait. That would be fabulous because then I can show you how joker bait works.
6 dots.
Successful joker bait, because sometimes your joker bait just won't
1
work.
character.
Okay, so that's good to know. One crack is out.
West wind. 6 bamboos. Pung.
Okay, there is a joker for us.
6
Maybe.
characters.
Nope.
5 characters.
When you force a hand, this is a lot of times what happens. You're behind the curveball because you start out with very few tiles. You just have to draw really well if you're forcing a hand. Oh, somebody got that joker.
7 characters.
No, but maybe somebody else. Darn. Nobody wanted it.
6 bamboos. 8 bamboos.
I'm going to hold it. Maybe they weren't ready for it. We'll hold it for a little while longer. So probably right about here, above my
3
little
bamboos.
guild image here, that's the 4th wall. So 1, 2, 3,
1
maybe 4
bamboo.
more picks, and I need to get rid of these pair tiles here. The green dragons are fresh tiles. There are no green dragons out. So I need to get rid of those pretty quick here. Okay, that is a helpful tile.
Red dragon.
We need a pung of 1s in BAMs, 1 BAM, and we need a Kong of white dragons. And there's 1 white dragon out.
4 dots.
So we are behind the curveball here.
Plum.
What is going on? I've got a spammer.
East wind. Green dragon.
Okay, pass. I hope, oh, I was hoping somebody would want that.
3 dots.
Wow, look at all these 7s. I think like numbers could have been a
7
really
dots.
good potential for this particular hand. We had a lot of 7s and
2
dragons and
bamboos.
even a flower we could have used.
1 character. 2 characters.
Get rid of it.
Bamboo.
Okay, we're in the 4th wall. These tiles are not fresh, so I think we're okay with them at the moment. There's one BAM out. We need a pung, so I wasn't ready for it. I need another 1 BAM or a joker in order to claim it. So
wind.
this may end up being a defense hand.
2 bamboos.
Oh, joker.
7
Nice.
bamboos.
Okay, we'll get rid of the 7. So now we can
7
either claim the
characters.
1 BAM or we can claim the white dragon. We'll have to see what happens here.
Green dragon.
Pass. Those are safe tiles at least.
4 bamboos.
Oh my goodness, what is going on?
White dragon.
We'll Kong it.
Kong.
Okay,
7 characters.
we need 1 BAMs and jokers at this point.
Seven dots. Bamboo.
We've
8
been,
characters.
oh, 2 BAM. At least it's a safe tile.
2 bamboos.
We have
Plum.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more picks, and I have 2 discards. So this hand is viable, even though I have a gap. At this late in the game, there's a
1
gap. That's
character.
pretty crazy. But we can use jokers.
5 characters.
It'd be nice to draw a white dragon. Just saying. I'm getting rid of that flower.
Orchid.
I hope nobody needs it. I got lucky. I got lucky.
3 characters.
Okay, we're going long. We're losing viewers. We're down to, well, we're at 20 viewers.
Bamboos.
Welcome to the live stream, whoever just joined. And
North
this is
wind.
our last game for this live stream.
4 dots.
We are 2 away from a
Red
year
dragon.
hand here, but we have a gap. This particular strategy was forcing a hand,
3 dots.
and we are forcing the year hand as if it were our favorite.
4 characters.
There's a discard.
5 bamboos.
I keep looking to the left. I'm monitoring
Mah
chat.
Jongg.
Oh no. I hope I didn't throw that. Yes, I did. To Josie. I hope you liked that, Josie. Okay, so that was a loss. But we were 2 away. And that's not bad when you force a hand. However, the 2 away were gaps. The gap. We needed a 1 bam badly. So that was interesting. So Josie won with a concealed hand. Very nice. 1, 3, 5 with singles in the middle. That would be the last hand under 1, 3, 5. All right, let me know what you think about this session in comparing strategies. If you enjoyed that, we could do it again, but you need to write in the comment section if you found that of value. If you like just playing with commentary and not such a deep focus on strategy, let me know. You're welcome, Shirley. I hope you all enjoyed the live stream. If anybody has any questions about American style, write it in the comments section, especially if you're new to this style. I know it's a little bit different than most. And oh, great, Dorothy, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I will have a link below the video to the lesson playlist if you want to learn more about American style. It is complex to learn. Once you learn, though, I think it's the easiest one to play. That and Hong Kong style. I think Hong Kong style is pretty easy too. But this style, American style, is difficult to learn, but once you learn how to read the card and make decisions, especially during the Charleston, to set yourself up for success, it's a great style. And it can be very flexible depending on your decision making and also your ability to know when to switch to defense. Okay, yep, Martina, you're welcome. Happy holidays to everybody. If you are not going to be on between now and the end of the year, I have family coming into town, so I won't be doing a live stream on Christmas Eve. That would have been for Reach. I guess that's next week, isn't it? So there will be no live stream next week. But I hope that you all have a fabulous holiday season. Keep it safe. Between now and the next live stream, may all your picks be keepers.